Hey Melissa, Emily here. Just want to give you a little bit of positive, productive feedback on this portfolio site submission that came in over the weekend. The goal here was to get a foundation in place that you'll build on in Portfolio 3. The feedback that I'm giving you here should be applied towards the revision of this site that you do next month. So let's go ahead and get started. Love this logo. It's really well done, and there's a lot of energy and excitement to it. And it's just really well balanced, like it quite a bit. This being the focal point here, I don't know that you need to reiterate it over in this section, smaller and not quite as dynamically as what we see here. The media personality, entertainment, and blogger, I like that. Maybe that's something you can kind of add up here. My concern is that when I scroll and potentially go to other areas of the site or other pages, I kind of like lose that branding element. Or the identity of this, wondering if you can make this a sticky header, and that means that as I scroll, the header and the navigation choices stay in place while I go to the different areas of content on the site. So it's got a pretty dark aesthetic, and just in terms of the color choices with the black and the charcoal gray. And so it's really hard to read these links up here at the top. They're barely noticeable, especially when you hover over them and they go black. They almost disappear. So I would recommend making these a little bit larger, a little bit more bold in terms of the weight of the font, and brighter in terms of the color. Maybe add this media personality and entertainment blogger in this area, and this logo would look nice, maybe if you add it up, here as well, just so it's always available or on screen where I can identify this with the site. So I'm going to go to Experience, and it takes me to a different page, right? And so you've added your logo over here, which is nice, but you've really thrown off the aesthetic in a different way. We've got this bright white background, we've got kind of a maroon color here. We're just not making the most of this available space, right? The layout of this is very modular. We've got this content chunk, this rectangular container here. So think about what are the ways that you can lay this out with a bit more breathing room inside this box and make it a bit more balanced over here. On the About page, got a nice photo of you, but this here is stylistically much different than what we're seeing anywhere else. So you want to make a typeface that's consistent, throughout the site. So choose one for your body text, use one for your page titles and your headings, and just use that consistently. Also, maybe if you kind of shrink this picture down a little bit, it would balance this out just a little bit more in terms of the length of this and then the size of the picture. On the blog, so here is we've got an entertainment blog, and I just want to kind of point out again, stylistically, you have a page title on this one and it's centered, whereas on the experience page you've got it over here in the corner, not centered, not quite as big. So these are just like visual consistencies that need to get more into an alignment. So we've got a video here. I'd like to know a little bit more about this before I press play. Provide a title, a description, and your roles or what you're trying to showcase here. Are you the talent? Were you the editor? Were you all of those things? Let us know so that we can know the full scope of the work that you did. On the contact page, so here a totally different aesthetic altogether. It went completely white. I lost the branding. Contact us. Is it us or is it just you? Because so far you've only talked about there being one person. So this is a bit inconsistent. So I do see that you have your social media links connected down here, so this feels redundant. You might see if you can't put like a simple contact form or your contact information down here so it's available on every page and you don't need this extra tab. I'm going to jump back to the home page really quick and scroll down because I saw that there was more content. How slow this loads is problematic because it makes me think that there's no content here. We've got really dark gray text, which I can't even really see, but it's all placeholder anyway. So this dark gray on top of the charcoal is not good color contrast, and you need something that's going to pop more. The same thing with what we see here, super dark text. I can't even really see it until I highlight it like this, and so that's something you want to remedy because you want to make sure that people are really able to see the content. Again, this is placeholder text, so I don't know if this was just a mistake and you forgot that it was here and you needed to delete it, because here's the same thing that we saw before. And if I go to view my portfolio, it takes me to some place completely different. So it seems like maybe you started this page but didn't quite follow through. There's a lot of work to be done here. I don't really see much of anything other than a really nice logo and a few ideas. But the good news is that this is the focus of your time in Portfolio 3, so want to see some really big strides with this as we move forward into that class.